Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. You've probably heard the rumors swirling around the NFL lately. And if you're a Steelers fan, you're going to want to pay close attention because what's being discussed could shake up the entire landscape of the AFC North. The buzz is all about a potential blockbuster trade involving none other than Nick Bosa, the San Francisco 49ers star edge rusher, and it's got people talking across league circles. This isn't just some speculative chatter. There's legitimate weight behind these rumors, and if it comes to fruition, it could be a game changer for Pittsburgh's Super Bowl aspirations in the coming seasons. Let's start with the details. The 49ers, currently sitting at a 6-11 record in 2025, are navigating a tough rebuild after a season marred by injuries, especially to their key players like Bosa, who suffered an ACL tear in Week 3, ending his season prematurely. That injury not only sidelined one of the league's most dominant edge rushers, but also put the 49ers in a tricky cap situation. They're now looking at a rebuild focused on their quarterback and offensive line, with a cap relief of around $7 million thanks to Bosa's ACL injury insurance. This relief is crucial because it gives the team some breathing room to maneuver in free agency and draft, but it also sparks speculation that they might be willing to part ways with Bosa to free up cap space and acquire draft capital. Now, for the Steelers, this could be a golden opportunity. Pittsburgh is sitting pretty with around $60 million in cap space, and they've been looking to bolster their pass rush. Yes, TJ Watt has been a monster, 14 sacks so far this season, but the depth behind him has been inconsistent, and the team's pass rush could really use another elite talent to make opponents think twice before dropping back to pass. Bosa, at 28, is still in the prime of his career, and his stats back that up. He's coming off a year where he recorded 2 sacks in just 2 games before tearing his ACL, which, let's be honest, is pretty remarkable given his injury history. His PFF pass rush grade of 83 in 2025 shows just how disruptive he can be, and his career totals of 60 sacks, 150 pressures, and a PFF grade of 89. 3 paint the picture of a top-tier edge rusher who can change the course of a game. What makes this even more intriguing is Bosa's projected impact in the Steelers' defense. When paired with Watt, the duo could be absolutely lethal. We're talking about a projection of around 25 combined sacks. That's nearly 2 sacks per game just from those two. Their pressure rate could jump from 18% to over 22%, making it almost impossible for quarterbacks to get comfortable in the pocket. Their technique is refined, their ability to collapse the pocket is elite, and the team's overall defensive efficiency could skyrocket. Pittsburgh's defense, which currently boasts a PFF overall grade of 92. Could become one of the best in the league, especially in the pass rush department. Historically, teams with dominant edge rushers like Von Miller or Myles Garrett have transformed defenses, leading to more turnovers, fewer points allowed, and a real playoff mentality on every snap. If the trade happens, it's not just about adding talent, it's about shifting the entire power dynamic in the AFC North. The Steelers are increasingly seen as a team on the rise, especially with the potential of a Bosa-Watt duo. And it's not just about this season, but about establishing a dynasty that can contend for multiple Super Bowls. The impact on the odds is already noticeable, with Super Bowl futures moving from +10, 0 to around +3, 500 if this deal materializes. That's a significant jump, reflecting the league's perception of Pittsburgh's newfound dominance. Bosa's presence, especially in cold-weather playoff games, could be the X-factor that takes the Steelers over the top, boosting their chances of winning crucial games in December and January. Now let's talk about the broader implications. The 49ers, facing cap tightness and a rebuilding phase, might see Bosa as a valuable asset to flip for multiple draft picks. The speculation is that they're looking at a package that includes a second-round pick in 2026 and a third-rounder in 2027. They're probably eyeing younger assets and draft capital to help rebuild their roster around their quarterback and offensive line, especially after their struggles this past season. For Pittsburgh, acquiring a player like Bosa is not just about this season, but about cementing their defense as a historic unit capable of winning multiple Super Bowls. Imagine Watt and Bosa setting the tone for years to come, creating a pass rush that's almost impossible to block. Of course, there are questions and skepticism from the 49ers side. They're wary of Bosa's injury history, especially considering his ACL tear. They'll want fair value, and some suggest that a lower return might be on the table due to the injury concerns. But for the Steelers, this is a no-brainer. They're in a position to offer enough to make the 49ers consider, especially since Pittsburgh can sweeten the deal with future draft picks or cap relief. Plus, the Steelers' defensive culture, known for producing intense pass rushers, would be an ideal landing spot for Bosa, who thrives in aggressive, high-pressure environments. Now, let's not forget the big picture. This move could set the stage for Pittsburgh to dominate the AFC for years. With Bosa and Watt leading the charge, the Steelers' defense could become a nightmare for offenses, especially in the playoffs where pass rush becomes even more critical. The team's ability to generate pressure and force turnovers could be the difference maker in close games, pushing Pittsburgh back into Super Bowl contention. And with the NFL's parity, having that elite edge rusher duo could be the edge they need against powerhouses like Kansas City or Cincinnati. Looking ahead, the Steelers are also positioning themselves to capitalize on this potential move with cap space and strategic planning. They could use the extra room to add depth at linebacker or bolster their secondary, creating a well-rounded, elite roster. The team's recent performances have shown that they're close. A few key additions could turn this into a championship-caliber squad. And if the rumors are true and Bosa ends up donning the black and gold, it would be a statement to the league. Pittsburgh is serious about reclaiming its throne. So fans, keep your eyes peeled. This trade rumor isn't just hot air, it's a real possibility that could reshape the AFC landscape. The Steelers have the assets, the cap space, and the desire to make a bold move, and Bosa could be the piece that finally pushes them over the top. Remember, in the NFL, one move can change everything. A dominant pass rush is often the secret ingredient for Super Bowl success, and if Pittsburgh manages to land Bosa, it might just be the start of a new era of dominance for the Steelers. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Now I want to hear from you, Steelers Nation. What's your take on this potential blockbuster trade? Do you believe Bosa can be the game changer Pittsburgh needs? Would you trade those draft picks for a player of his caliber? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion really matters to us and to the Steelers. This is an exciting time and the possibilities are endless. I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and insider info, so stay tuned and keep that Steelers pride alive. We're on the brink of something special. Let's see how this story unfolds. Because in the end, the black and gold always find a way to rise.